And here we go. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of. Again, we have our very good friend, Dr. Strix Toledo, here for his second time. And again, my name is 𝐿𝐭𝐭 𝐂𝐥𝐢𝐞𝐳, and yeah, ito na yan. So, Strix, what's up, man? What's up, bro?
Hey, hi.
Sakto, the elusive. So yeah, Strix, what's in store for us today? Kasi the last time we talked about productivity, mindset, NLP, hypnosis, conversational hypnosis also. Then nakita ko yung topic na pag-uusapan natin today is about client creation. Could you share us more about it?
Yeah. First off, I'd like to thank I'd like to thank everyone who's on this call, on this webinar, and I'd like to congratulate my good friend Ken Sumera and his dear Mrs. Technology is working. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'd like to, for everyone who's got the heart, the patience, and the need to be in this webinar, you're in for a good ride. I hope to not waste your time, and I'd like to reassure you that we're actually going to get stuff done. Even if you, I guess some of the guys are used to webinars already. I'd like to make a distinction. If possible, what I'd like to do is, this isn't like a pitchy pitch webinar where I'm going to tell you about this course I've got.
Pitchy pitch.
I'd actually, yeah. I'd actually like to hope to show you something. Hope you get a few insights and hope you take notes, because I assure you, if you get just one insight and act on it, you will be able to get clients. Kasi yun yung nakita ko, pare. Una, na ang daming webinar and lots of people talking about all sorts of stuff and lots of trainings happening. But you know, you're trained and then you can't get clients. You wasted all that money, you wasted all the time, and you can't get clients. And some of these people are actually good people. They can actually help. So yun yung concern ko, that a lot of coaches, trainers, therapists of all sorts who are worth their salt cannot for the life of themselves, you know, they can't save themselves selling the thing they do that they happen to love doing. You can't save yourself. You can't save your loved ones. You can't take care of yourself doing something you're supposed to be good at. And I find that like really sad. So I'd like to congratulate everyone who's gonna try to change that. That's the thing I'm hoping we can work on actually. So I'm hoping this is actually an educational session, even though at the backdrop of it, yeah, I have this course. I've got this coaching group, and this is an intake for that coaching group, and I'd be happy to have you join me for coaching to do just that, to get clients. But this is a no holds barred session. If you ask great questions, and Ken's already really good at asking great questions, but the further, the deeper, the more useful, intelligent questions you actually ask, the better we can help you, the further we can go. So that's kind of my hope. Ask intelligent questions about how to get clients, and I'll hold nothing back, you know. And that's my hope, that we can help you actually get clients. So how should you do it? You can continue doing the thing you love to do. Does that make sense? Yung backdrop nito, Ken, imagine a situation where you have a lot of highly trained coaches, therapists, kahit the doctors. Okay, let's just talk about doctors for a while. Okay, supposing a loved one of yours needed surgery. God forbid, yeah, but somebody needed surgery. Okay, syempre you want the best specialist to take care of your loved one, right?
Yeah, of course. Syempre.
Yeah, but if it's possible that the specialist doesn't exist because, well, it's rarer for doctors, but it's possible that the specialist doesn't exist because he could not continue getting better at the thing he's good at because he doesn't get clients. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, hindi siya nabigyan ng opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the ideal world, we highly reward good coaches, therapists, physicians, even trainers, by making sure they're able to keep doing the thing they love doing. We want them to get better at the thing they love doing. What happens in reverse? Just like, what happened with a lot of our nurses, they ended up doing something else
No,
because they
some
aren't
even
getting,
pay
yeah,
just to get
they,
training.
they exactly. You abandon all of your training, all the supposed, professional rigor, just because you aren't paid to do something you supposedly want to do. So this is the reverse of that. I'm kind of, because I've noticed some people have the heart for this. Some people have the heart for helping other people, and it pains me that they cannot take care of themselves and their loved ones doing the thing they love to do. So what will
Uh,
happen is we will lose these people
look,
since
that's yeah, that's something nice that you said. Knowing what you love to do. We could start with that thing first, Strix.
Mm,
Do you have? We know there's a lot of people that go to us for coaching because they don't know what they love to do.
okay.
Looking at that, you said it around 2 to 3 times already, and it's something that I think we could put attention on the early stages of this talk.
Okay.
How do you actually guide or coach someone to find something that they love to do if they're lost?
Dude, okay. Even if they're found, the process is kind of, to me, the same. If it's something you love to do, you're already doing it.
Okay.
But what often happens is they're doing it for free, and then they're not getting the ideal client because they're doing it for free. So and you know how people are, unfortunately. If you get it for free, you don't pay enough attention, so the game is smaller. You don't get enough engagement. You get trolls. You will be surprised by how willing people are to waste your time if they can get your attention and time for free. Like, seriously, you've had experience with people like that. Because there's no buy-in, they will waste your time. Unfortunately, this was a hard lesson for us to learn because we used to give away seminars for free two uh, uh, from
Well, we tried.
2004 to 2010. Before we actually met up,
Free. Yeah.
yeah, before we actually met up, you've met the groups that I work with, the people we've trained, the therapists we've trained. We've
Mm.
given away a lot of workshops for free or for next to free, for like just the price of the venue. But sometimes it happens that people are just there for entertainment, and it's sad. And
That's
so there's a difference.
yun yung going back to that experience, it's really we were looking out for. Of course, we want to deliver value, and at the same time, we were still understanding the market, how it works.
Yeah,
Kasi,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
putting up a workshop like 10,000 pesos, diba? I mean, there are we have to choose eh. Kumbaga, nung mga panahon na yun, we wanted to share more value because we were also finding our value in
I
the
get
process.
that. I get
Mm.
that. I get that. The problem, though, for me, that I've seen now that we've gotten better at this game, and I've worked with other groups before. Even we met. We met at the school. You've seen some of the people I've trained in the other groups, not NLP and hypnosis and coaching related.
Yeah.
Therapists in particular and doctors. You've seen me train doctors and therapists.
Mm.
The same thing, the same thread runs through. Especially the higher value you are, the more careful you have to be about what kind of clients you get.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
And,
I could
yeah,
agree.
and you know what this is like. If you advertise something for like super cheap on a Sunday, what will happen is the people who will show up at your workshop are the bargain hunters or people who are looking for entertainment. Guess what? You are not the trainer. You are the clown. You are the entertainment. You're the person who's there while they enjoy the aircon, the food, going out, talking to someone on their phone, and playing games. You gave them a free co-working space. Congratulations. Clown, not coach. So that's the unfortunate truth. It was painful for me because it's nice to share value, especially the more capable we become. But when you give something away for totally free, it dilutes what you're capable of because they aren't even engaged. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. While
Yeah.
you're saying that, all I'm thinking about is platform, platform, platform. I mean, there's
How do you mean?
platform speakers. I mean, we've
Oh,
gone through
yeah.
this.
Oh
Let's
God.
say this name. It's
Oh
an
God.
international speaker, and he's like the speaker for. We
Oh man,
learned.
those guys wasted so much of our time. It's funny though.
All right. Well, for our viewers, probably we could share something. Sobrang tangay na. As in, ano nangyari nun, parang me and Strix and some other friends na nasa training communities, then we were like parang, uy, may speakers bureau, may speakers ganyan ganyan. Maybe we could connect with some other
Yeah.
trainers in the field, NLP practitioners, coaches,
Yeah.
and then we decided to
Key,
go.
keywords, pare, keywords. International speaker. John knows what this means.
Yeah, international speaker. Yeah, oo. So ngayon,
Flown
siyempre,
in.
oh, flown in. So ang daming tao, and it was free. Okay, it was free.
Yeah. Live in Manila.
Wala na kaming karapatan magreklamo kasi free yun. So, pero ito
Oh
yung
God.
nangyari. So, ako, I'm not a morning person. As in, hindi ako gigising ako umaga. Pero gumising ako na sobrang aga para pumunta ng MOA. Pagdating ko doon, tayo binentahan lang kami. As in, walang value. Nagkwekwentuhan lang sila doon on stage. And,
May siraan pa, pare.
oh,
Siniraan niya yung student niya on
that's,
stage. That was
yun.
effed up, man.
Siguro, ma-share ko lang. Ayoko, no, hindi ko pwede magbanggit ng names eh. Pero, merong isang artista.
Oh God. Oh
Giveaway.
God. You don't have to be specific. Holy shit.
No specifics, no specifics. So, ngayon, nangyari, the experience was, this guy talked in front and did a whole testimonial thing. And what happened was, after he did his testimonial, it was very good. Kasi nakita ko yung improvement eh. There's a difference coming from artista siya, tapos biglang public speaker ka, nagsasalita ka sa harap, nagmo-motivate ka ng tao. That's nice. And then what happened afterwards, nung mga hapon na, the main speaker, yung nagsalita na yung main speaker, putang ina. Nilaglag niya yung estudyante niya. You know that guy earlier that spoke in the morning? Yeah, I wrote his speech. Puta. Nilaglag niya yung estudyante. Ang ganda na sana nung, alam mo yun, pero,
I made his slides.
I made his slide. Even the slides, he made it.
He showed me his slides first time. It was shit. I had to
So,
change everything.
So,
Oh, man.
sobrang is that how it should be? Ako sa akin yun, I was taught differently by, of course, our mentors. Iba-iba, ano lang, H plus lang talaga eh, good intentions eh. So, nung nakita namin na nilaglag niya yung sarili niya estudyante sa stage, we had to walk out. We just ate mang inasal ng chicken, at least nag-enjoy pa kami doon. Pero regarding that speaking thing,
Nice paid endorsement.
nice paid endorsement. I mean,
Thanks to Mang Inasal.
yeah, it's a good platform speech, and where
Yeah.
the whole morning, the whole early afternoon was just ramble, 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 kwento, kwento, kwento. If you're studying this stuff, wala kang masyado makukuha ang value, and then babato siya ng kapiranggat ng value, and then scarcity na, takbuhan na kayo sa likod, magbibigay na sila ng mga. It's a good thing for closing, but it's really hard. It's hard manipulation, man. But it's business. I mean, it's business.
Yeah. And for our audience who don't understand it yet, when you go to a workshop that's for nothing or virtually nothing, except workshops that Ken and I run because we're nuts, we're crazy. But most of the workshops like that, what happens is lugi ka pa, because you waste your time. You could have spent that time that you were there doing something more productive. So what ends up happening is the workshop we went to, that guy owes us money for wasting our time because he shared nothing. Well, it was a show, it was entertainment, but we didn't come for entertainment. We came to learn something.
Well, we met good friends, so we met guys from
Yeah,
the
that's
PUA
probably why we
Academy
went.
and I don't know,
Yeah.
other friends nasa training din. And it was just, hi, uy, lunchtime. Ang dami mo
Dude, dude,
handshake.
I went because Ken Somera was going before lunch. And we all know that Ken Somera doesn't wake up before lunch. So, really? Ken's going? Wow. The
Yeah,
leverage.
si
The
Edith
leverage.
was there too. So, pero yeah, with Rowena, hi Rowena, ang sabi ni Rowena, uy, pero I attend free seminars though I make sure that I
Sure,
learn to participate with it. Yeah, wala naman
sure.
problema with attending free seminars. What we were discussing naman is
Just make sure
how
you get something out of it.
yeah,
You
just
know?
make sure you get something out of it. I attend free seminars pa rin. I mean, free is good, di ba? I attend free seminars for a different reason, and one is to actually meet new friends.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's rare, it's rare, Rowena, that you, how do you put this? You're a rarity. It's rare for people to attend something nowadays for free for the intent of actually getting some value. Most people are actually willing to lose to waste their time, you know.
meron pa siya follow-up na question, Strix. But how
Oh,
can we reciprocate naman with the trainer? For me, number one, take a picture. Siguro pagkatapos ng talk niya, it's always it's hard to also speak in front and prepare a speech, right? So it's something. If you want to reciprocate something with this with the trainer, enroll with this program in offer niya for platform, and probably take a picture that you could post on social media or give a testimonial. If you learned something from the workshop, it's always fun to give something back. If not enrolling, kung hindi mo kaya makapag-enroll sa program niya, take a picture or share
yeah,
his learnings on social media to actually help with the speakers ano naman what do you call this, marketing and everything kasi
yeah.
it's something, yeah.
Yeah, by example, Rowena, if you like what we're doing right now, please comment, not just like, but comment. Say something in public. We'd really appreciate that. And share the link to any of your friends who would actually benefit from learning how to do what we do better.
How can we thank the speakers? Medyo shy din ako at times, introvert problems. You can take a picture from afar and share it on Instagram or Facebook and just tag probably the event. Supporting, it's a support. I do that when I attend workshops also because as a fellow trainer, I know the effort that you put into an event. It's not that easy because you have to prepare a week, a month, or months, or a year for just one event, and you have to do mental preparation, and then dadamit ka pa. So there's a lot of things involved. So going back to the topic, Strix, tell us more about your client creation program. Yeah.
Um, Rather than just tell you about it, I was actually hoping, if are there, do we actually have people online who are looking to have or generate or create clients? Are there anyone, are there, coaches, trainers, therapists of any sort who you wish you could get clients?
Our good friend, nandyan, si Chrismon is watching, si Roy is watching.
Okay, he's in
Hi.
real estate. Yeah, that's kind of being, somebody who gets clients as well.
Chris is doing magic ngayon. Si Chris mo, nag-magic na siya ulit. And then copywriting. I met him at a copywriting workshop. We were
Great.
classmates at one point. Yeah.
Well, going to what we were talking about, client creation. My basic idea is I'd like to be able to help people get clients, and what I'd suggest is people get, well, Ken and I chat, get a piece of paper and be prepared to take notes. Oh, kumusta, Ken? While they're getting a piece of paper. How are you doing, man?
Well, I'm scheduling a lot of people. I'm really working on 3 shows right now. Sabi ko nga, if I've initiative. What we've been talking for quite some time is action and creating the 20% that would make the 80%. Diba?
Good job, man. Good
So
job. Good job.
applying principles to what I've done. And ang point kasi dito is we all deserve something. And, it just takes one step to actually start the momentum. Yun yan eh.
Gotcha.
Ayun yan.
Gotcha.
So,
Can we check? Do people have a way of writing this down, or well, that's what I'd suggest anyway. Take notes.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, probably. Yeah, this is
Okay.
recorded anyway, so
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Guys, I'd like to let's make this a coaching session. It'll be really boring for me to just talk about my course and pitch it. So I'll guide you through the process of the course itself, if you're okay with this. So it's kind of like coaching. So well, think of this: you're a coach, a trainer, or a therapist. You have the skills, you have the heart. You've started coaching for free, but what kind of clients are you gonna get for free? And some people really need your help, but I guarantee most won't even appreciate it because they aren't even bought in. They aren't all in. It didn't cost them anything to get your services, and so they're likely to, without meaning to, very innocently abuse your capability and your time, and you cannot gain your time back. So my hope is to guide you through a process where you can actually get clients. So, well, think of it this way. Think of starting where you have no clients, and at the end, you have high value clients whom you actually love working with, whom you actually do good for, and then they pay you well. So essentially, they pay you to be the best in your field. Okay, and that's where I'd like to get you to. So starting with where you are and where you'd like to be. So starting from point A, where you have the training, or you're finishing the training, or you're taking the training, but for the life of you, you cannot get clients. Okay, so and the end point is where you have high value clients that you actually help, that you actually like, and you're paid on a retainer, or they're enrolled in your coaching, or they're enrolled in your courses, and they take care of you for taking care of them. Does that kind of make sense?
uh,
And uh, yeah,
question pala, may question ako dun. Kailangan ba na bago ako umabot sa point na yun, kailangan bang sobrang galing ko na?
no,
What if kakasimula ko pa lang? Am I okay to really get high value clients in an instant? Or
no. I can't say that you're okay to get high value clients in an instant, but I will say that most of the coaches in the field, the only thing you need to be is one step ahead and just a little better than the person you're coaching. And then listen really well, and be extremely present. And if you're the only person who actually listened to them fully, that's value they won't get anywhere else. It's extremely
Boom.
difficult to get somebody who will actually listen to them fully enough to hear all the problems. Let me give you an example. In the social media marketing space,
Yeah.
people are pitching their social media marketing agencies. But when you run into someone who for the first time listens to all of your problems, shuts the F up, keeps writing notes, then shows you a one-plan summary of everything you've done wrong and what he'll do to fix it.
Close deal.
Hire the person because he listened. He listened. He listened. Diba? Same thing, social media marketing. If you're the guy who knows a little bit about SEO, about website development, who knows a bit about funnels, and you look at the person's website and you see, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, I can actually help this person. And I guarantee you, if you create a one-page summary, hey, I really need to help, and you're the exact kind of person I usually help. Here's my clientele. I made a few suggestions, and well, see if you like them. And if you like them, well, you might want to take it further. because this is how I actually get clients. Here are changes I suggest you make. I mean to be fully respectful, but you're really doing a shitty job at this, at this, at this. You could have optimized this. You could have done this. It's too messy. Reduce it to 3 colors. Use one font. Okay, and then here's how to backlink, and here's how to add your Facebook pixel. You know, guaranteed you know stuff that they don't. And if you tell them what exactly they're doing wrong, you're right in their face. Guess who they're more likely to hire? Especially if you present yourself again, you know. And again, like if you're perpetually there and they keep running into you, and you're the guy who seems actually genuinely helpful, yeah, it's likely you will get the sale. And back to Ken's question, no, you only need to be slightly better than the person you're helping. But I do deeply suggest to be less obsessed with your capabilities, your techniques and skills, and be more obsessed about listening very fully to the patient, to the client, to the person you're coaching.
Yun, okay. Strix, ito ba yung isang nakita ko dun sa sinasabi mo? Okay, so listening plays a very, very big part in this discussion. And if ever, could you share some questions so that your clients could give more information to you? Kasi, I mean, if wala namang question, pwede naman, a lot of people just ask a yes or no question. Is it important for you? Yes or no? I mean, you don't get enough information. So, napakinggan mo lang yes and no. Are there any questions that you could, we as listeners could probably adapt or use so that we get more information from the clients? Specifically, ikaw, yun yung itanong ko. Para isang question muna. Yun muna. Do you have any...
Specifically to what?
Do you have any suggestions ng mga questions that they could ask their clients so that they could get more information from them?
I'll share you a couple of questions because your concept is very non-specific and you haven't given me an example. So I'll share. Yeah. So unless you come up with something more specific, I'll share with you a more general framework rather than specific questions.
Sige.
Okay.
Sige.
When asking about a problem, ask by example. This is from the clean language questioning set that we coach in. What's that like? That's it. That's a question because nobody asks. And then when you ask what's that like, paano ba yan? Parang ano yan? That elicits their internal metaphor. Okay? Like yung hindi ka makakilos dun sa business mo, paano yun? Parang may nakaharang. Parang may nakaharang. Ano yung nakaharang? Okay? And then you just keep listening for what they're saying and it just starts with, that's like what? What is that like? Paano ba yan? Parang ano ba yan? And that elicits the internal metaphor they're using, the internal story that they're telling themselves. And you can ride that story to help them. And this is something that a lot of hypnotherapists and coaches are overlooking. They're so proud of all their techniques. But in reverse, here's a simple question where you can find the internal driver and the internal story, the internal metaphor that they're using without them even knowing. You are talking directly to their subconscious by asking this stupid little question. What's that like? Okay? And this is my example of conversational hypnosis doesn't have to look clowny. You aren't supposed to look stupid. It's supposed to look very natural. It's supposed to feel very natural. And this is an example of that question. It's utterly invisible, but it's a hypnotic question. And your coach or trainer hasn't told you about it or taught you about it because they don't know. Okay? Or maybe they do and they're holding back from you. I don't know. But this is an example of that. What's that like? So, and then to further that, okay? What's that like? Paano ba yan? Parang ano ba yan? And then you can widen the question. That was deepening the question. Here's widening the question. Ano pa? What else?
Mhm.
Okay, and then using just those two questions in an act of simplistic brilliance, you're able to go deep on the problem and then wide on the problem. You elicit the internal metaphor or story, and then you elicit what other stories the person carries or what the person associates his or her problem with. And then you can tackle the problem. Sometimes
Mm.
it's just mindset. And this enables you to get to what mindset they're using. And then you can change the mindset. Because sometimes all you have to do is change the narrative. I see a lot of therapists and coaches struggling with changing the person. You can't change the person consciously. That doesn't work. Try giving advice to people. It's the worst thing. Unsolicited advice doesn't effing work. Everybody knows they should stop smoking. They don't. Unless something tragic happens. But it's simple. Here's two questions that you can already automatically use to talk directly to a person's subconscious. Yeah.
Chat
So
likes.
I hope this was a good example. Um, are we good with that one?
Yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah,
mean, I've learned that a lot from you, and that I've really practiced using it for a couple of years. Because it's really
yeah,
effective. That leads me to getting more information, and when I have more information, I use my leading questions to get more information. Yeah, pag sinagot
right.
nila yung what's that like, and then blah blah blah, bibigay sila ng isang keyword doon, tatanungin ko ulit, oh, so what happens when you do this, diba? Or blah blah blah. Yeah. Pero yeah, solid yung what's that like. Very effective. I hope you guys are taking notes kasi yan isa sa mga powerful questions din yan for clean languaging and conversational hypnosis. Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving
Um,
forward,
uh,
Strix, yeah.
yeah. So, uh, where we ended off before we trailed off here was I was guiding them through a process for getting them from point A where they're doing. If you like helping people, chances are you're already helping people. And you were
Yeah.
asking me about passion. There's what they're passionate about. They're already doing it and finding a way to do it. It's like does a person love something? And then the easy way to tell is they're already doing it if they love it, or finding a way to do it if they actually love it. Okay, so guiding them through that process. Can I go to a little background?
Sure. Pare, go.
Yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I really short, and then we'll go back to this process. Okay.
Sige.
Uh, I was. It's heart wrenchingly painful the true story I shared, where I see a lot of therapists who actually struggle. Like they can help. We know a lot of people who have graduated from this or that. They've added a few letters to their name, but they cannot support themselves doing something they love. So that's really painful to me. And seeing more and more of that recently got me interested in putting together this course.
Mm.
And the other course, which is fire funding, which is essentially how to start generating funds from zero funds. So that's another thing. The basic notion behind that is nasunog ang bahay mo, there was a fire, you have nothing. How to start from nothing to build a lifestyle that's sustainable. So that's kind of my hope. And one of the hopes included in that is that it's kind of like a pain-free abundance, where you don't do things you like to get the money you want. Does that kind of make sense? Like, you know, you can, a lot of people in Congress or somewhere else in some country or another, they're probably doing stuff which people don't like. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about drug dealing or stuff like that. I'm talking about being able to do work you actually love to do and then getting rewarded for it. Is that kind of making sense? Okay. And then I'll make this short, but I hope to get you to a usable big picture framework for how to do this. Okay. And the basics are that you start, and when you start, you gotta really be honest. Okay, that's a problem. People try to get into the coaching thing without being honest about where they are and what they're capable of and what they need. So by example, if you can't even pay the bills, don't pretend you can be a good coach because that blade is hanging over your head and you're thinking about it. So we have to get these things sorted. So first phase from getting from here to here is dealing with reality and clarity. Okay, and what I mean by reality is looking at what exactly you need. Like you're being the architect and engineer of your own life and your coaching. You got to figure out how much you actually need. You got to figure out what I need to pay taxes, what your income goal happens to be, retirement, who you have to take care of, and then from figuring out what you have to take care of, because you gotta really take care of yourself, otherwise you're not a sustainable resource. You'll kill yourself trying to do what you're supposedly doing if you're not figuring out a way to take care of yourself in the process. And this happens a lot because some of us are just built to serve and we don't know how to do the other S, which is singil. So
Sapul ako doon, man. Ouch,
yeah,
man.
no, sorry, man.
We're changing
So
that. We're
um
changing that demographic.
yeah, so first part is figure out what you actually need, and then from there we can reverse engineer that. So supposedly you have 90k in bills including taxes in a month. From there, if you have a real number, now you can reverse engineer. You know, how many clients do I need, and then what kind of clients do I need so that I can get that comfortably every month. But without having a real number, your reticular activating system, your frontal lobe, your dopaminergic, serotonergic reward systems are not calibrated. What happens is if you don't have a goal, you don't know why you're doing this. It's very easy to lose fuel, and then you come up with results that took too much time and produced too little. So my first suggestion is deal with reality, what you have to make, and then deal with clarity, remove the stuff which gets in your way. So that's the first phase from A to B. Second phase, after figuring out what you actually need in terms of money and in terms of what kind of client and how many clients per month will that come out to, is the process of actually creating or attracting clients. And that kind of depends on where you're coming from, because there are clients you can create, meaning they don't even know they want to be your client because they haven't heard of you.
Okay.
Like you're the world's best hidden secret. Like nobody knows you're a fantastic coach because you've told no one. Okay, so and then for some people it's just attracting clients because people already know about you, but you haven't put yourself in the face of the audience you can actually help. So from A to B, there's a point of zero, and then there's a point of reality and clarity or clarification, where clarifying is getting to the core and removing the excess. And then the second phase of creating and attracting clients will include creating like a core message. And here, my invitation is just stick to one message at a time. For example, for the duration of this webinar, even though you know me for time management, productivity, for verbal deftness, or conversational hypnosis or hypnotherapy, and you know me for a few other things like pain management, we stick to one thing at a time. And that's what I suggest. Find your niche, find one core message, and keep talking about that one core message. What happens, kasi, brother, is a lot of people, they try in an act of desperation because they effing need the money because they will not survive. They try to get left and right clients, and they don't choose the kind of clients. What happens is they have a very diluted, very pale, very weak message, because they didn't hammer on one single core point and they didn't become known for that point. So yeah, branding, yeah, stick to one core message, yeah, start to become ever present everywhere in every form of media, but with that one particular message. And then I'd suggest you start helping clients. So by example, in this, you may have noticed already, brother, this isn't just like a pitch. I'm actually going through a coaching process. And this is a demonstration of creating clients. Here, what's happening is, let me prove I can help you by actually helping you.
Value yun eh.
Yeah,
So,
so that's what we're doing in this stage. Yes, brother.
yeah, you said something about having a message. Any tips on what message they should be giving? For example, let's just put in the context ng not just hypnotherapy. Let's look for something different. Coaching, training. If you're a trainer or or a beginner na coach, okay? Ano yung message ba na dapat nilang binibigay? Ano yung dapat ini-emit nila na message? Ano yung dapat binabrand nila sa sarili nila? Ayun, let's start from there.
Okay, I'll give you an example that I helped one of the people I'm coaching one-on-one with currently. Because you get a lot of hypnotherapy graduates, by example, okay?
Okay.
But very few people who need help will search first hypnotherapy. They'll search migraine relief.
Yeah. Or
Okay,
can
people will search for what ails them, for what pains them. Ano na? Ano na?
Ang sakit ng
You
ulo
were
ko.
thinking about porn. You were thinking about porn, weren't you? Okay.
All day.
Yeah. You search for headache relief. You search for migraine relief. You're not searching for hypnotism or hypnotherapy or acupuncture. Or you're searching for what ails you. So
Yeah.
I would suggest begin there. Who do you want to help? What do you know so intimately that you actually can help? Okay, is that kind of making sense? Now, quickly, we'll go through the first stage where you figure out what's your real situation, and then you clarify what you need, and then remove what isn't necessary. Second phase, you figure out what your core message is, so you can begin to create and attract clients, and then you start to become present in all sorts of media so that people are aware of you. Third stage will be conversion, meaning you created a client, but you haven't actually had that handshake and money is exchanged. So you've gotten attention in the second phase, but you haven't converted it into a sit down, I've deposited in your account sale. Okay. And something I learned from my coach Jamie Smart is actually very poignant here. This really helped me. Yeah.
Yeah. Syempre.
It used to be really painful when like there's this one guy who told me he would coach with me, but I haven't heard from him yet. We spoke like a couple of weeks ago. Okay, uso to. This happens a lot. But if that used to hurt me, it no longer does. This is the mind frame that changed me. Okay. And I got it from Jamie Smart. The basic idea is until money has been exchanged, you were just having a nice conversation with a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, and that completely changed the game. I no longer feel bad. I'm no longer trying to give him like a ridiculous discount or trying to beg for his attention. I delivered value, and then I'm willing to step away because I'll waste my time otherwise. Does that kind of make sense? I over deliver, absolutely, for free. But if we're not a match, I don't force the issue. And he's not yet a client. We just had a nice conversation if no deposit was paid. Because otherwise, your time will be wasted because you don't have the person's attention. So this is that third phase. And this is just one example of many, which will include leads, pre-sales, campaigns, offering solutions, what we talked about, solution rather than what you're offering. By example, for this, I appreciate the poster you made for me, brother, where it talks about Strix Toledo reveals this new course. But in the converting attention stage, what I would have actually preferred going forward from your poster, 2 phases deeper, is we're talking about what the client needs, not what I have to offer. Because who the F am I? Who the F cares? What if I'm wonderful? So what? All people actually really care about is what hurts them. And so we take care of that. So this is in the third phase where we convert, where we take attention and then we reel them in to help them out. Because otherwise, if it's like a noisy building, okay? And if you're trying to talk to one person in a noisy building, it won't work. You have to pull them into a room, and then you can talk. So that's kind of like what converting this attention is like in that third phase. Is this making sense so far, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
May nag-comment pala, Strix, ma-share ko lang. Si Jem Palad, hi Doc Strix, thank you for helping me. Now I am pain-free with my sciatica.
holy
Yeah,
crap, hey,
yun, hi. What's up? Yun lang.
yeah. Hey, bro, I'm gonna speed this up because I gotta disappear in a while. Hope you don't mind.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Sure,
and
Nino.
we're sharing, and then hey, bro.
Ashley.
And then we can pick this up again if people are interested. We can go into a deep dive if they're interested. But I still wanna deliver at least the core ideas.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So first you gotta convert attention, and then the next phase will be turning what's technically a lead into a client. Like I said, unless they've paid, it's just a chat. It's just, you had a chat with a good friend, you just help someone out. It's not really therapy, it's not really coaching because they haven't bought in. The game is bigger once they've bought in. It's a sad truth. And sometimes that's the first phase of hypnosis. You just need their attention. You're willing to help them and to over deliver, but first you got to get their attention. So this is that phase. So this includes, like campaigns, doing what my beloved Frank Kern calls a collaborative close. Yes, I'm name dropping now. And even like doing interviews where you figure out if you're a match with a client, and can I actually. My process is simple, and I'll share with you a process that I use for taking on, for helping high value clients. It's simple. Do I like this person? Do I want to work with this person? Can I actually really over help this person?
Mm-hmm.
And what do I do next? Okay, but it starts with me. It starts with, do I like this person?
Mm-hmm.
Can I work with this person? Yeah. Do I actually have something valuable to deliver? Yeah. Okay. Do I like this person? Do I want to work with this person? Can I actually help this person? And how do we proceed? Okay. It doesn't proceed with the money. It doesn't start with the money. It starts with, do I like this person? Because imagine the situation where you're stuck with a client you don't really like. And then people have asked me this question, what if, the money is really good, but you don't really like the client? My answer is double the price or triple the price. And sometimes, sometimes you'll be stuck with a client you don't like so much, but they're paying thrice the price. Yeah, I don't do this personally, but I know somebody who's done it. He quadrupled the price because he hated how nagging the person was and how she wasted his time. What happened was, the moment she paid in 4 times the usual cost, she became a nice person. Because now she was bought in. Now she would waste her money if she didn't ask deep, useful questions. She turned into a completely different person
Okay.
after paying him 4 times as much. It's funny. It's funny. So that's my invitation. If you don't like the client, increase the price until you're happy, and see what happens. And then the fifth phase, okay, is results and client care. It's just making sure that you take care of the patients. So how to manage your patients or clients, how to leverage your time so that you spend the most amount of time with the people you can help the most.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully this is that 20% that pays you the 80% also. And finding some way to, eto na yung where focus comes in, how to schedule your sessions so that you get the most bang for buck. So by example, how to cluster, see all your clients together, see all clients who are similar together, include enough space, then make sure you can actually help your patients. And in this last phase, we include, whoa. Hello.
What happened, man? Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Yeah. We include that phase where you build systems for the client to follow. So you build systems for yourself, and then it's like you give them homework. In HUNA, we give them, or NLP, we give them assignments. So they're doing something, and then you're seeing if they're continually engaged. So those are the phases. I hope that kind of makes sense. The last part is, well, marketing. And then marketing will include stuff you're taking care of now, like advertising, like creating video ads, the difference between a long ad and a short video ad, creating article ads, and actually laser targeting or being very specific about who you want. So here's that invitation again. Be as specific as you can be with the kind of client you want. Otherwise, you waste each other's time. You won't be able to help them the best, so you won't get any referrals if it's a bad match. Plus, if you focus on only the people you like, you'll enjoy your work better, and you'll keep doing the thing you love that pays you the most.
Agree.
And I hope that makes sense. I
So,
think we can kind of
yeah, Strix, I think, alam kong paalis ka na dyan sa, ano, pero,
yeah.
just to recap, dun sa mga audience natin ngayon, ano yung, if you were to recap this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yung last marketing, di ba? What's number one?
Okay. First, you gotta figure out the truth of where you are and how much you actually need, and then remove the stuff that isn't actually useful. Remove your delusions about where you are. The clearer you are about your current reality, the better you can help yourself and other people. Second part, find some way to create and attract clients, and that includes being everywhere but bearing only one strong message and being really good at carrying that strong message. Okay, so by example, Thor would go to different worlds, but he would carry the same hammer. So and then the next part is converting attention. So it's that early phase of sales where you convert attention to leads, and then you convert your leads to pre-sales. This includes your campaigns. And if you're following what I'm saying, knowing who you like, trust, and enjoy and can help. Okay, and then the next part is converting these leads into clients.
Number 4.
And then this part is often forgotten. What happens is you're marketed shit, and then they don't help you. Ang ganda nung sinabi nung marketing, tapos they can't actually help you. So I specifically included a phase where you take care of results, and I call this phase client care. And then 6, well, here's where marketing comes in. 2, you have a message, you genuinely can help, you have a system in place, you know who you want, you demonstrate that you can help them by actually helping them. And marketing is, well, be present everywhere your actual specific market happens to be. Like, get in their face. Make it so clear that you're the one that can help them, that they seek no one else.
You position yourself.
I hope this has been useful. And for the guys who like this, if you like this, please leave a comment. And if you want to join us for the actual course, please let me know by saying I'm in, or tell me more, or just say something, and then our marketing team will get back to you. Or even let our dear beloved brother Ken here with his prayerful hands, let him know, and then we can set you up with the course. By the way, for anyone who signs up with the actual coaching course, which is minimum of 6 weeks, it's now stretching into 8 weeks with 2 lives. If they enroll within this weekend, I can make arrangements with Ken, so you actually also have a free ticket to comply. I'll pay for the ticket. Ken will get his value. He'll probably offer me a discount because we're bros, but I'll make sure you can get in. We'll offer it as a bundle package just because he signed in via Ken's little webinar here. And I hope it's been fun.
Hi daw sabi ni Lian and ni Los Angeles Mines. So hi daw, Strix.
Hey.
And when's the course daw? Sabi ni Lian. When's the course? Give us more details, Fred, before you leave. When's the course? And mag-comment lang kami dito sa chat na to. And then your marketing team will get back to us. Am I right?
Yep. All
Okay.
right. So I hope that that makes sense. And then for anybody who doesn't know how to offer, I hope you noticed that was a very smooth offer. So basically, I helped you. I demonstrated how can we be sure that you can actually help me. Oh, here, let me guide you through the process. Let me help you. Let me demonstrate that I can help you by actually helping you. And if you go back to the recording of this, you'll notice there are solid guide points and really deep, useful, actionable insights. By the way, this requires action. If you're not willing to take action, you're on the wrong page.
Okay. Thank you so much, Strix.
Thank you very much, brother. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you got something from it.
Oh naman, syempre ako, I'm always a fan of learning a lot of stuff from you, and sa akin
You're sweet, bro.
it's very timely because I'm really focusing on understanding more about people who does these things. I mean, marketing, getting clients. It's very
Yeah.
important. And I've been coaching a lot of freelancers lately, and it's a very big problem for them, lalo sa mga hypnotherapist friends natin and NLP
Yep.
practitioners. It's hard for them to find clients. So sige, Strix, mukhang paalis ka na. So I'll just recap with our...
That's all I've actually been doing, bro. Trying to figure out, what the best of the best are doing and do what we do in NLP and hypnosis, which
Mhm.
is we model the best traits and then copy the essence and then remove the essential, and then we implement and then we adapt. So that's all I've been doing, studying the greats in the fields I didn't understand before, sales and marketing and persuasion, like you.
Thanks, man. I mean, see you on... Magkikita pa tayo soon. Diba, Nino?
I think so.
Sige, yun lang.
Cheers,
Thank
brother.
you. Cheers. Paalam. So, while
Hey.
paalis si Strix, I'll just do probably a short recap then on understanding. Sige, bye, Strix.
Cheers,
Paalam.
brother.
Cheers. Ingat. Uy, kakape pa tayo. So, yun. Guys, any questions? Anything that you would like to note dun sa usapan natin ni Dr. Strix kanina? Very, very insightful. Ang dami kong natutunan, lalo na dun sa mga factors na sinabi niya. Na isa sa mga magandang tanong eh. How do you help yourself?
Tuloy.
Anong
Go.
tuloy? Nandiyan ka ba? Wala na si Strix, pero nandyan pa siya. So, yun yung, parang pwede natin din i-question, something to think about. So, ibig ba sabihin, pag hindi ka okay, hindi ka pwede mag-coach? Or, di ba? Ibang questions din eh. Meron pa tayong, sige, shoot lang kayo ng questions. We'll work on it. Dito sa conversation natin, nakita rin natin yung importance ng branding yourself and having a direct message. Kasi tama nga naman na ako, experience ko while marketing workshops for NLP and Process Philippines, ang nakikita ko dun is teka lang hindi ko si Strix hindi ko si Strix sa background wait lang i-moment lang natin saglit. So, teka lang. So, yun nga, marketing workshops, nakita ko yung paggawa namin ng mga free stuff. Did it work? On my end, it worked kasi kung ang target namin was to create traction lang, yung tipong we were really willing to invest in just doing a free workshop so that we could get leads, get email. Ano yung ginawa namin na medyo naging solid, successful, yung attraction and seduction ni Jason Principe. We did it for free, and ang nangyari doon is Jason over-delivered. Nakita ko yung value na dineliver niya doon. He talked about a lot of things about the relationship, being alpha and aloha. Ang daming natutunan din sa free na yan eh. Pero we did that free thing so that we could get leads. So yun yung intention namin. Tapos ang na-convert namin doon to medyo konti lang. So we were we're learning, and nakita ko ngayon is ang laki ng factor if you use online na rin sa ngayon. Understanding Facebook ads, ang dami nang pwedeng gawin eh. Paghanap ng client, pag chatbot, there are a lot of friends and communities that are here probably and where you could learn those stuff. I've connected with Social Media Academy. There's freelance movement. There are other freelance. There are really good social media people that teach not just FB ads but also yung mga basic marketing online, Instagram marketing. So sabi nga nung isang good friend natin sila Nick, sila Melissa is choose your platform. Ang daming platforms na pwede dyan. Kung target market mo is mga young ones or talagang active sa social media, you could find them on Instagram. Karamihan naman dyan, you could find them on Facebook, di ba? Iba-iba yung platforms eh. So sa akin personally, may nagtanong sa akin the other day in terms of finding clients for their workshop or for their programs. Malaking factor yung understanding your customer avatar. Kung sino ba yan talaga yung customers ninyo, di ba? Ang laking factor nun. Dahil for siguro mga mali ko rin nun is bato sa hangin ako eh. I've done a lot of every year I do like 3 workshops for persuasion and influence, and dati when I was doing my targeting sa FB ads, I'll just put sales. Ang lawak nun. Nakita ko ang daming nagki-click, ang daming nagki-click, interested, nagki-click pa ng going. Pero pagdating dun sa mismong event, fuck, diba? Wala masyadong conversion. Pero ang dami nag-click, di ba? I was under the impression that my marketing was really doing good. But yung nakita natin doon is I wasn't targeting specifically. So sales, okay, sales nga, okay. MLM, I targeted the MLM din, mga leaders sa MLM industry. Pero if you look at it, kung hihimayin mo yung targeting na ginawa ko, ang daming parts ng sales. May mga insurance, may mga real estate, di ba? May mga condo sales, magbibenta ng mga bakal, MLM, di ba? Ang daming sales eh. Hindi ko na-target specifically, okay, yung dun sa paying audience ko. Kasi my workshop is around 5,000 pesos. Early bird ko niya, nasa 3,000. So, natatarget ko yung hindi pa kayang magbayad dun sa amount na yon. Okay? So, inayos ko. Doon ko inayos yung targeting ko. Inayos ko na yung targeting from instead na 18 years old, mga ganun, tinarget ko na ng mas mataas. So, feeling ko ang mas kayang magbayad doon, mga nasa age ng yung talagang working na at may position, around nasa 24 to around 40 years old. Okay? So, I was changing my targets to Makati, to BGC. Di ba? I mean, doon yung mga areas na may na they're really paid really good. So Quezon City, I was shifting yung cities na for my targeting, and nag-shift na rin ako sa pagta-target ng just sales to a more specific target, which is ginagawa ko sa yun, tinuturo ko mga persuasion talaga tsaka sa NLP tsaka some hypnosis stuff. So, I targeted talaga NLP. Medyo direct yun. So, lahat ng mga may interest sa NLP, nakukuha ko kaagad. So, nasi-shift ko na doon. And learning yung pag-adjust ng target, it comes from experience, and it really helps a lot. So, ayun. Anything more that I could share na natutunan din natin dito kay Strix is, yun lang, take action. I'm always a fan of when Strix teaches productivity. Ang dami ko natutunan creating mental systems for yourself so that you could create better action. So, take your action, be definite with your message, and sa akin yun nga, isa pang factor na pwede ko i-share mga sa sarili kong ginagawa ko to close deals is call them. I'm still a fan of calling people. I mean, there are funnels that you could work with, pero at the end of the day, iba-iba yung tao. So I 100% agree with what Strix said with listening. because most of the time, hindi natin natatarget yung needs ng tao. So every time people contact me for coaching or for therapy or even for attending workshops, I call them. I ask what they need, ano yung pain points nila, what do they want to learn more about, and then I customize all specifics. Kuwari, may workshop kami. Sa amin, kino-customize talaga namin yung workshops to fit dun sa mga attendees. Kahit yung outline mo is so generic sa write up, pagdating dun sa workshop, iniiba usually namin, lalo na yun, si Strix din, iniiba rin niya talaga. So that kahit simula pa lang ng workshop, nakuha mo na yung value na hinahanap mo. Kasi all of us have attended workshops and seminars and stuff, diba? Shit. But at the end of the day, minsan darating ka sa isang workshop na alam ko na yan. Diba? Doon ka, parang doon ka buong araw, tapos alam ko na yan. Kung feeling mo, wala kang masyado natutunan. Pero I'm also a student eh. So going through those stuff, I get to understand na parang, teka lang, what can I deliver more, okay, to my clients. So for me, to easily get clients and close deals, think as a client. Okay, that's how my mind works. I always think as a client and mako-close ba ako ng ganitong approach. Okay, pwede. Testingin mo yun. Kasi kung yung approach mo sa sarili mo, hindi ka mako-close, fuck that. Ayun lang. So, Rowena, sige, Rowena, before we end this podcast, yeah, how to deal with self-doubts through results. Might not be immediate, but how to cope up with disappointments, unmet expectations. Okay, so agree naman tayo lahat na ang disappointment nanggagaling yan saan? Expectations. So if you put really high expectations on yourself and then hindi mo na meet yung expectation na yun, mas masakit yung pain. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na liitan mo expectations mo, di ba? Sinasabi ko na is manage your expectations. Okay? Put a yes or no dun sa expectations sa'yo. Kung masunod ba na expectation mo, understand how you would feel when that happens. And also understand how you would feel if that doesn't work. Okay? So parang sa akin, personally with my clients, I make them think about scenarios so that they emotionally and mentally, they're ready when that happens. Okay? Hindi ako yung law of attraction, always think positive. No. Ako sa akin, andun ako sa understanding na it's not always about thinking positive. It's also understanding other options and other situations. Okay? So that you're always ready to adapt to certain situations. Kasi there are a lot of people na nakafocus, sige, positive. Pag may nangyaring negative, basag. Wala na. Stuck na sila. Kasi hindi rin nila naisip yung ibang options na yan eh. So it's always something na you could always check with other options para mentally and emotionally prepared ka. How do you deal with self-doubts if there's any? Pareho lang to. Yeah, okay. So yun, I hope that helps. Any other questions before we end the stream? So ang dami kong natutunan dito sa session ni Strix. You could replay this. Pina-recap naman natin si Strix doon sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 niya. And we could, I'll put probably, I'll watch the stream again and then put some notes down. So it's easy for us to backtrack and learn. And again, sa programs ni Dr. Strix, I've been a student since 2012. I attended his workshops, di ba? And kaya yun, ninong ko siya sa kasal namin. Di ba? Yun lang. So, forever learning tayo dyan eh. So, again, if you have any questions, feel free to message us here sa page or sa wall natin and we'd be glad to assist you. Again, episode 3, thank you for joining us for episode 3 ng Inside the Mind Of. And marami tayong friends na i-interview natin sa mga upcoming sessions. So, see you on the next session. Again, my name is 𝐤𝐭 𝐂𝐥𝐢𝐞𝐭 and these are my thoughts. Bye!